No one will help you do it yourself speaks to the core of human resilience and the unyielding strength within each of us. It's a call to embrace our independence, to recognize that waiting for someone to rescue us may leave us stranded. In this life, we often find ourselves at crossroads, and the truth that rings through time is this: the power to rise, to build, and to succeed resides in our own hands. This isn't about rejecting help, but understanding that we are our first saviors. Now let me take you on a journey, a story woven from the struggles, the silence, and the triumphs of those who dared to rely on themselves. Let me tell you a story not of kings or queens, not of heroes draped in glory, but of ordinary people, people like you, like me, people who woke up one day, gazed into the mirror, and asked, "If I don't, who will?" It begins in a quiet room, a place of reflection. The world outside is loud, filled with promises of help, offers of shortcuts, whispers of saviors. But inside, there's only you. You sit there, wrapped in doubt, wondering if the hands that once reached out to lift you will appear again. But then comes the realization, slow and steady as the rising sun: no hand will appear. There are no guarantees, no knights in shining armor, and in that moment you discover the one truth that changes everything. That hand you're searching for, it's yours. Do you feel it? That tingling in your fingertips? That's potential, that's power, and it's been waiting for you patiently like a seed buried deep, longing for the touch of your determination to grow. You see, there is beauty in self-reliance. It's not about isolation. It's not about turning your back on love or friendship or kindness. It's about knowing deep down in the marrow of your bones that you can, that you will, that you must. Oh, the world will tell you otherwise. It will dress up false promises in bright, shiny packages. It will tempt you to lean, to depend, to wait. But waiting is a thief. It steals your days, your dreams, your destiny, and before you know it, the very thing you were waiting for becomes the reason you've been left behind. Do you see? Let me ask you this. How many sunsets will you let pass while waiting for someone to light your path? How many mornings will you wake with hope in your chest, only to end the day with that hope crushed because the world didn't answer your call? No one is coming, my friend. No one is coming. And yet, that is the greatest gift you could ever receive. When you understand that no one will help you, you are free. Free to try, to fail, to learn, and to rise again. You become the artist of your own life, the builder of your own foundation. Do you see it now? You are the architect of your future, the weaver of your dreams. It has always been you. But here's the part they don't tell you. Doing it yourself is not easy. It's lonely sometimes. It's heavy. The nights are long, and the doubts, oh, they'll creep in, whispering lies in the quiet. You can't do this, they'll say. You're not enough. But let me tell you something. Those whispers are wrong, every one of them. Because the very fact that you've chosen to stand, to fight, to build, that's proof enough. Proof that you have what it takes. Remember this, the mountain is climbed one step at a time, and each step you take is yours. Yours to claim, yours to own. It doesn't matter how small or slow that step is. What matters is that it's yours. And when you reach the summit, and you will, oh, how sweet the air will taste. Because you know that you got there not because someone carried you, not because someone paved the way, but because you found the strength within yourself to rise. Some may call it stubbornness, some may call it pride. Let them. Because what they don't see is the transformation. They don't see the way your spirit grows with each challenge you face, with each obstacle you overcome. They don't see the fire in your soul, the light in your eyes. But you do, and that's all that matters. There is power in standing on your own 2 feet. There is power in saying, I can. There is power in refusing to wait for permission, in deciding that your dreams are worth chasing even if no one else believes in them. This is not arrogance, it is courage. It is the kind of courage that changes lives, that changes the world. You are not alone in this journey. Every great thinker, every artist, every leader who ever left a mark on this world started in the same place, alone, uncertain, but determined. They did not wait for help. They did not wait for approval. They dared to do it themselves. And so can you. The road ahead is not smooth, but it is yours. It will test you. It will ask more of you than you think you have to give. But in that giving, in that stretching of your limits, you will find something so stand tall, lift your chin, look life in the eye and say, I am here, I am enough, and I will not wait any longer, because the truth is, you don't need anyone to save you. You are your own rescue. You are your own hope. Let me take you deeper into this truth, layer by layer. The world has a way of wrapping you in the illusion of safety. It tells you to trust, to lean, to depend. But what happens when the promises are empty? What happens when the hand you reached for withdraws? That's when the raw, unfiltered reality settles in. It is you against the current. It is you and your will to swim. No lifeboat, no rescuer, no miracle. Just you, your determination, and the endless sea ahead. This is not a sad story. Oh no, it's far from it. Because while it might feel like the weight of the world rests on your shoulders, there's something magical about standing in your own power. There's something liberating about realizing that the keys to your freedom, your success, your life are right there in your hands. They've always been there. You just needed to see them. Think of the people who inspire you, the ones whose names echo through time. Do you think their path was easy? Do you think they had legions of people carrying them forward, smoothing their every step? No. They faced rejection, they faced hardship, they stared into the abyss of loneliness and fear. But what set them apart was their refusal to stop. They knew, just as you must know, that waiting for help is waiting for nothing. They understood that every second spent hoping for rescue is a second stolen from action. They chose to act. You must choose to act too. This life is fleeting. The days pass, the seasons change, and the world spins on. You don't have the luxury of waiting. The dream in your heart, the vision in your mind, they are yours for a reason. They are your call to action. Ignore them and you'll feel the ache of regret. Answer them and you'll feel the thrill of becoming. And yet, let me warn you, the path is not without its shadows. There will be moments when your resolve falters, moments when the task feels too great, the weight too heavy. In those moments, you must remember this. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Every time you choose action over inertia, you are winning. Every time you face the fear and do it anyway, you are growing. The world does not reward those who wait. It rewards the bold, the daring, the ones who leap even when the ground feels unsteady beneath them. You must become one of those people. You must dare to leap, because the alternative, staying still, staying small, staying safe, is no life at all. Think of the oak tree. It starts as a tiny acorn, buried in the dirt, surrounded by darkness. It does not wait for someone to pull it into the light. It does not cry out for help. It pushes, slowly, steadily, relentlessly. It pushes through the soil, through the struggle, until one day it breaks through, and there it stands, reaching for the sky, unshakable and proud. That is you. That is your story. But only if you choose to push. Do not be afraid of failure. Failure is not your enemy. It is your teacher. Every stumble, every setback, every disappointment It's all part of the process. It's how you learn, how you grow, how you become. Do not fear it. Embrace it. For every failure brings you one step closer to success. The only true failure is in not trying at all. Now, let's talk about the noise. The voices around you telling you it can't be done, that you're not enough, that you should give up. Those voices will come and they will be loud, but you must not listen. Their doubts are not your truth. Their limits are not your limits. Let their words pass through you like the wind. Let them fall away, forgotten and meaningless. For your truth lies within you, not in their opinion. And let me tell you something else. You don't need perfect conditions to begin. You don't need all the answers. You don't need the stars to align. All you need is the will to start. Start messy, start unsure, start scared, but start. Because action creates momentum, and momentum creates change. Waiting for perfection is just another form of procrastination. Don't let it hold you back. The journey ahead will test you in ways you can't imagine. It will demand more of you than you think you have to give. But here's the thing, you are more resilient than you know. You are stronger than you realize. And every challenge you face will prove it. Each obstacle you overcome will add to your strength, your wisdom, your confidence. You will surprise yourself. You will look back one day and marvel at how far you've come, at all you've endured and achieved. But you must start, you must trust yourself, you must believe in the power of your own hands, your own heart, your own mind. No one else can do it for you. No one else can walk your path. This is your journey, your destiny, your life. Own it, claim it, live it. And remember, you are not truly alone. For every step you take, every battle you fight, every dream you chase, you join the ranks of countless others who have done the same. You stand among the brave, the bold, the relentless. You are part of a legacy of self-reliance, a testament to the human spirit. Take pride in that. Draw strength from it. So go, face the world with your head held high and your spirit unshaken. Take the leap, take the risk, take the chance. Do it yourself, and you will discover a power within you that no one can take away. A power that will carry you through the storms, through the doubts, through the darkness, a power that will light your way no matter how long the road, no matter how steep the climb. The story of self-reliance continues in a way that forces you to look deeper, not outward, but inward, where the truest answers lie. Look at your hands. Do you see them? Calloused, perhaps, worn from the work of daily life, perhaps. Or maybe they feel soft, unused, like potential waiting to be fulfilled. Those hands are your tools. They can create, build, and carry you forward, but only if you use them, only if you decide that the work is worth doing. The voices outside may try to distract you, but it's the voices inside that often do the most harm. They are the whispers of fear, of self-doubt, of a world that taught you to question your worth. They creep in, telling you to wait, to stop, to believe that success is for others but not for you. But hear me now. Those voices are liars. They are echoes of a world that doesn't know your strength, your resolve, your fire. You must silence them, not by fighting them, but by proving them wrong through action. And yet, how easy it is to fall into the trap of waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right person to help you along the way. But what if I told you the right moment is now? What if I told you the right opportunity is the one you create for yourself? What if I told you the right person is already here, looking back at you in the mirror? Would you believe me? Would you dare to act? The truth is, every moment you spend waiting is a moment wasted. The time you have is precious, finite, and slipping away with every breath. Each second gone is a second you'll never get back. So why would you give that time to waiting? Why would you surrender it to fear, to doubt, to hesitation? Instead, take that time and use it. Use it to learn, to grow, to take even the smallest step forward, because every step counts. Every step matters. It's tempting to think that help will come, that someone out there is watching, ready to swoop in and make everything easier. But that's not how life works. Help, when it comes, is fleeting, temporary. It can guide you, support you, but it cannot do the work for you. And often it doesn't come at all. That's why you must become your own source of help, your own foundation, your own savior. It's not an easy truth, but it's a powerful one. It's a truth that sets you free. Think of the seed planted in the earth. It doesn't wait for perfect weather. It doesn't wait for someone to come and pull it toward the sun. It grows because it must. It grows because life demands it. It pushes through the soil, through the darkness, through every obstacle in its path. And when it finally breaks the surface, it stands tall, reaching for the sky, unshaken by the storms. That is nature's way. That is your way. When you face challenges, and you will, they are not signs to stop. They are not proof that you're not meant to succeed. They are opportunities to prove to yourself that you can overcome. Each challenge you face is a chance to grow stronger, to learn, to become. Do not fear them. Do not shy away from them. Embrace them, for they are the stepping stones to your future. Again, failure too is a part of the journey. And oh, how the world fears failure. It teaches us to see failure as the end, as something to avoid at all costs. But the truth is, failure is not the end. It is a beginning. It is a lesson, a chance to start again with more wisdom, more strength, more determination. Every great success is built on a foundation of failures. They are the cracks that let the light of experience shine through. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. Picture the life you want, the dreams you hold in your heart. Will you look back and wish you had started sooner? Will you regret the time you spent waiting, hoping, doubting? Or will you look back with pride, knowing that you took control, that you did the work, that you made it happen? That choice is yours. That future is yours to shape. And while the path of self-reliance is often lonely, it is also deeply fulfilling. There is a joy, a pride in knowing that you have built something with your own hands, your own mind, your own effort. That joy cannot be taken away. It is yours, and it is lasting. It is the kind of joy that comes from knowing you didn't just survive, you thrived. You didn't just dream, you achieved. You didn't just wait, you acted. Do not underestimate the power of small actions. Sometimes the mountain feels too tall, the journey too long. But remember this, every mountain is climbed one step at a time. Every journey begins with a single step. It doesn't matter how small that step is. What matters is that you take it. Because each step builds momentum, and momentum is unstoppable. It carries you forward, pushing you closer to your goals with every passing moment. You are capable of more than you know. You have within you a strength that has yet to be tested, a fire that has yet to burn its brightest. Do not let that strength go unused. Do not let that fire go out. Fan it, nurture it, let it grow. Let it light your path even when the way forward feels uncertain. Trust in it. Trust in yourself. The road you walk is not for the faint of heart. It is for the brave, the determined, the relentless. It is for those who refuse to let the world define their limits. It is for those who choose to rise again and again, no matter how many times they fall. It is for you. There will be days when the weight feels too heavy, when the doubts feel too loud, when the world feels too much. On those days, remember this: you have made it this far. You have faced struggles before and come out stronger. You have the resilience to keep going, the courage to keep trying, the strength to keep building. You are not defined by your struggles. You are defined by how you rise above them. Look around you. The world is full of stories of people who dared to rely on themselves, who refused to wait for help, who chose to act. They are not extraordinary. They are not special. They are simply people who believed in their own power, who trusted in their own ability to create the life they wanted. You can be one of those people. You can write your own story, a story of resilience, of determination, of triumph. So do not wait, do not hesitate, do not doubt. The life you want, the dreams you hold, the future you envision, it is all within your reach. But you must reach for it. You must take the first step, and then the next, and then the next. And with every step, you will grow stronger. With every step, you will move closer to the life you deserve. You are here, standing on the edge of something vast, something that seems insurmountable. The voices in your head may tell you to turn back, that it's too much, that it's not worth the effort. They'll try to convince you that the path ahead isn't meant for you, that others are better suited for this journey. But those voices are not your truth. They are echoes of fear, of doubt, of a world that has conditioned you to believe in limits. And now you stand at the threshold of a decision that will define you, to stay in the shadow of those limits or to step into the light of your own potential. You don't need permission to take that step. You don't need validation or approval from anyone. All you need is the will to act. Because when you take that step, something remarkable happens. The fears that seemed so large, so overwhelming, began to shrink. The doubts that whispered in your ear began to fade, and in their place you'll find something powerful, momentum. One step leads to another, and then another, and before you know it, you're moving forward. You're creating, building, becoming. Momentum is a force that cannot be ignored. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. And the beauty of momentum is that it feeds on itself. The more you do, the more you'll believe in what you can do. The more you achieve, the more you'll see what's possible, but none of it happens without that first step. None of it happens if you stay still. It's easy to tell yourself that the world owes you something, that because you've struggled, because you've suffered, you deserve a helping hand. But the truth is, the world owes you nothing. It's a hard truth, but an empowering one. Because once you accept that the world isn't here to carry you, you realize that you don't need it to. And when you do, when you stop waiting for someone to save you and instead save yourself, you'll discover a strength you never knew you had. You'll find that the weight you thought would crush you has only made you stronger. You'll see that the obstacles you feared were not walls, but stepping stones. Every challenge, every hardship, every setback, it all becomes part of your story, part of your growth. But let me tell you something about growth. It's not always comfortable. Growth demands that you leave behind the familiar, that you step into the unknown. It asks you to take risks, to face fears, to embrace uncertainty. And yes, it's scary. Yes, it's hard, but it's also worth it. Because growth is what turns dreams into reality. It's what transforms potential into power. It's what takes you from where you are to where you want to be. You might think you're not ready. You might think you need more time, more resources, more knowledge. But let me tell you something. You will never feel ready. There will always be a reason to wait, a reason to hesitate, a reason to stay where you are. But readiness is not a requirement for action. Courage is. And courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to act despite it. Do not let fear dictate your choices. Do not let it hold you back from the life you deserve. Fear is a liar. It tells you that you're not capable, that you're not worthy, that you're not enough. But you are. You are more than enough. You are capable of more than you know. And every time you face your fear and take action anyway, you weaken its hold on you. You prove to yourself that fear is not your master. You are. The world will not always understand your journey. People may doubt you, criticize you, try to pull you back, but their doubts are not your truth. Their opinions are not your reality. You do not need their approval. You do not need their support. What you need is the conviction to keep moving forward, no matter what they say. What you need is the courage to stand firm in your vision, even when no one else sees it. And let's talk about vision for a moment. Your vision is your guide. It's the picture in your mind of the life you want, the person you want to become. Hold on to it, protect it, nurture it, because your vision is what will keep you going when the road gets tough. It's what will remind you why you started, why you're pushing forward, why you're doing the work. And it is work, hard work. But it's the kind of work that changes you, that shapes you, that makes you stronger. Every step you take toward your vision is a declaration. It's you saying to the world, I will not be defined by my circumstances. I will not be limited by my fears. I will not wait for someone else to give me what I can earn for myself. It's you choosing to take ownership of your life, to take responsibility for your future. And there is power in that choice. There is freedom in it. Freedom doesn't come from waiting. It doesn't come from hoping that someone will come along and make things easier for you. Freedom comes from action. It comes from doing the hard things, from facing the challenges, from building the life you want with your own two hands. And when you embrace that truth, when you stop waiting for help and start helping yourself, you'll find that freedom isn't something you're given. It's something you create. This is your life. This is your moment. And no one else can live it for you. No one else can make your choices, walk your path, fight your battles. That is your responsibility. But it is also your privilege. Because in taking responsibility, you take control. You become the author of your own story, the master of your own fate. And what? So don't wait for someone to hand you the pen. Pick it up and start writing. Write your story with courage, with determination, with relentless action. Write it with every step you take, every risk you embrace, every challenge you overcome. Write it with your own hands, your own heart, your own mind, because no one else can write it for you. No one else can live it for you. This is your story, and it is yours to tell. And so as we stand at the crossroads of choice and action, let us remember that the power to shape our lives lies within us. The world will not hand us our dreams wrapped in ribbons of ease, nor will it pave our way with guarantees. But in the struggle, in the effort, in the relentless pursuit of what we desire, we find our strength, our worth, our purpose. Every step taken, every fear faced, and every challenge overcome is a testament to the fire that burns within us. Do not wait for a hand to pull you forward. Let your own hands build the bridge to your future. This is your life to live, your story to tell, your path to carve. Embrace it, own it, and rise with the courage to say, I did this myself. For in doing so, you claim the power to create a life truly your own.